Hi, fellow tankers. Tonester here, back with another replay, this time in the T-37. And I wanted to talk a little bit about being bottom tier and getting an ace tanker. And this is a great map to do it. This is actually a very good light tank map. It depends a lot on your team shooting what you light. Having Artie in this matchmaking is actually a good thing for me, even though I hate Artie. It will help me to do damage. So one thing is, when you're bottom tier, you definitely do not want to be too aggressive. You always want to have an exit route. So let's go ahead and get the replay started, and I'm going to explain a little bit of where I go, what I do, and exactly why. So I'm going to the middle, and I pinged before the game started that I was going middle, and a lot of times that will cause some of your teammates to pause just momentarily. So I like to go into this dip. From this side, it's a little more difficult, and you're going to see that I do get a light here, okay? And I get a light on their light tank, which just all comes down to my crew being better. I mean, that's really, and me having a camo crew basically, and having a lot of view range. So that was lucky. Okay, but I've got this rock in front of me that if he had spotted me, I can come up to this rock. Now, when we come up to this rock, there's a certain way I like to come into this bush here. See right over there, there's that rock there. Sometimes you'll get guys YOLO into that area there, and they can spot you if you come into this bush wrong. So I'm I was waiting, okay? I was waiting until this guy got unlit. But as soon as I came up and I saw this VK2801 just going nuts through the middle, I knew I wasn't lit because he would have been aimed at me, right? If I was lit, he would have been aimed at me. So it gave me the confidence to move up into this bush. And so I'm trying to get a shot on this guy with through the bushes, and I just cannot manage to get a shot, and that's okay. What I don't want to do is fire from here and then cause that VK32 OD and the VK2801 and the WZ to all rush me down. That's the last thing I want, is for them to know who is here. So, and it does appear that I have the backup of a spick, but at the time I wasn't paying attention to that. I probably should have. So all I'm really doing is just trying to get information at this point. So you notice I don't really stay in one spot, because if I do get lit, I don't want to, I want to be moving. I want to have some momentum to carry me through. And now I'm turning my tank so I can go, you of course drive faster forwards than backwards. So now I feel comfortable here in this location, and this Cromwell, I don't know what he thinks he's doing, but I'll take it. You know, there's 700 assist damage right there. And so I'm not going to fire. I might be able to fire and not get spotted here, but I don't want to take that chance at this moment. So, so we're controlling the middle of the map, right? We're a bottom tier tank, but we're controlling the middle of the map here. And it looks like that Cromwell's almost a one-shot for me. So what I decide to do is pull back enough behind the bush, and you're going to see I don't have the gun depression because I'm backwards, so I've got to turn my tank around. But now I've got all day, you know, it's no big deal. I've got plenty of time to take this Cromwell out. So we're going to pull back behind the bush, make it solid, and we're going to hit him once, and we're going to hit him again. So that's one tank out of the game and 800 assist. And I see this WZ, and I see that he's fired. So I'm going to go ahead and back up behind the bush and get some free shots on him and try and back him off. So this is, we take one blind shot here, which is fine. And I believe that that blind shot hit. Now I'm very surprised to see that VK there, and I'm really surprised he did not spot me. Okay, so reading the map again, alright? Because I have XVM, I know for a fact that the T-34-85 is not spotted, and the S-51 has not been spotted. And of course the M44, who, you know, those, so two Arties and a T-34-85. So I feel fairly confident in moving through the middle, because if we can take their Artie out, it's going to help my team on both sides of the map. And as you see, we're going to lose this side of the map, right? It's obvious that that's going to happen, even though this Mod 1 is a great tank, but there's no way he's going to stand up against all those tanks. So that's what I decide to do. And watch the Spick. When I make that decision, he's not really a leader, he's a follower, but that's okay. It gives me some backup, right? It gives me somebody that can help me out. So we're going to go ahead and move up and try and light Artie. And I do not remember where that T-34-85 is, to be honest with you. But we move up into a bush and we're able to get shots on this S-51. So if I get lit, I'm dropping down behind that hill. So we take a blind shot. Well, actually, we take two blind shots there. So we spot the M44. And I believe that we spotted him because he fired. So I am ignoring that S-51 because I know the Spick's going to kill him, right? There's no reason for me to keep shooting at him. But there is a very good reason for me to slow these guys down. I want to slow them down so that they do not push my team, because they've got we've got a numbers advantage, but our guys are pretty much out of position unless they turn and burn on these guys, which I can't tell you how many times the team just pushes on through. So at this point, I feel pretty safe. I feel like that they are probably pushing cap, and so even though this guy got spotted pretty close, usually TDs don't have great view range unless they're stopped, and so these guys are not stopping. They're headed for the cap. I'm almost certain of it. So I feel pretty safe taking this shot. Plus, if once I take this shot, you're going to see I'm going to head beeline for this rock here. It turns out I don't get lit. So we're up to 4 kills. We got 1,200 damage or 900 damage and 1,200 assist. So I'm being a little bit cautious here because that STA-1 can ruin my day. In 3 shots, he can kill me. So as I pull up here, okay, I noticed that this WZ131 GFT, why these names are getting so long, I don't know, but I'd also noticed that the M6 is down below where he cannot support. So I'm going to go ahead and kill this guy. And I decide that I'm going to take the hit because the guy's got 15 health left, right? So we go ahead and finish him off. And that puts us over 2,000 and also at a top gun. So I don't believe that I get any more damage in this game, but as a bottom tier, a top gun with 1,000 damage and 1,200 spotting, that's pretty good as bottom tier in a light tank. And so I hope this has helped you guys to see a little bit about my methodology and how I play the game. I am thirsty for damage here, only because I'm not sure if I've got the ace and I'm trying to get an ace tanker. We do end up getting a little bit of spotting. Oh, we do get 1 shot of damage and we light him on fire. So we get 150 extra damage there. So I hope this helps you light tank players or aspiring light tank players. If I can take people into training rooms if they'd like to go over some light tank gameplay or platoon with me, that would work too. I'm readily available to do that. Let's go take a quick look at the after action report. We won't spend long there. Okay, here we are at the after action report. Of course, we got an ace tanker and we ended up with a top gun in this game. We had 1457 damage, and so some of those blind shots I believe hit. 1291 base XP, and we ended up with 20,000 credits and 1225 assists. So that's 2600 combined. That's really good in a bottom tier, and we ended up with, like I said, 1291 base XP. So I hope you enjoyed the gameplay. We will be putting up one or two more light tank gameplays, and we will catch you on the next one.